Brandenburg, Ohio, Connie Lingus, and Audit LA.
Okay, so if your names
You go
were
first.
set on deck, you can
No, I don't wanna
start
go first.
to get in line.
Good morning, my name is Brandenburg.
Wait, hold on, can we get the clock started?
Where is the clock? Where's the clock?
Over here.
Sir, what items will you be speaking to today?
Oh, I will be speaking on everything.
All right, you have 2 items, two minutes for the items and 1 minute for general.
All right, thank you, Officer Graciano, for allowing me to speak. Item number 6 is about the virtual board and the commission meeting translation services. I want to ask this Padilla. I went to the LAPD board. Can you tell me where is the translation services? I went to the public work board commission, and then can you tell me where is the translation services? So I'm really tired of those Padilla lie on a regular basis talking about the translation services. And then let's talk about Hernandez talking about tier 1 city languages. So I want to know what makes your language tier 1 and what makes my language tier 3. What makes you superior? Just because you have 300 extra pounds of weight on you? Or is that because I am much more skinny than you? What makes your language a tier 1 and what makes another language tier 3, tier 5? I believe everyone was born to be equal and every single language was born to be equal. Item number 7, about replacing the visitor tag in the use of the city hall. I don't know how are you gonna do this? So without a visitor tag, and what are you gonna replace? Replace with a $1 coupon, or replacing with a business card? We replace with a camera, a sensor monitor, or are you giving me an ankle braces? To monitor my activity in the city hall. So I don't know how are you gonna replacing this, but sometimes speaker waiting outside the city hall, around the building, go all the way to the street, waiting to getting a visitor tag, and sometimes they never getting a visitor tag, they never getting admitted to the city halls or committee room or the city council chamber just for waiting to getting this visitor tag. So there's something we should do about that. About the general public comment, so what committee? Government Operation Committee. Okay, Government Operation Committee. So I want to know, what do we operate when we are talking about corruption in the city hall? So what I see that council member every 2 or 3 years getting indicted, every 2 or 3 years getting charged, every 2 or 3 years go in prison. So what kind of government operation where you send your colleague to prison on a yearly basis? What kind of government operation you are running that allows the corruption, the bribery, and the whatever, all sort of misconduct? What kind of government operation that allows you only 3 months into the fiscal year and you spend all of the 12-month liability payment? So what kind of operation you are running this kind of so-called council member Padilla? So I actually believe if you cannot run the government, don't do it.
Thank you, Speaker. I believe we have Councilmember Tim McCloskey here to speak on general public comment.
Yes, that violates the Brown Act. You absolutely cannot do this. It's a violation. You can't do it. It's a Brown Act violation.
Come on, Wayne.
He's a council member. You can't do it.
Chairman, we have someone speaking out of turn.
It's a
Please
conflict-
proceed.
It's a conflict of interest. Yeah, he has to recuse himself. Ask the city
You may
attorney.
start.
Hey, good
Go
afternoon.
to jail, go ahead.
Hey, it's great to be with you guys. Thanks very much for having me. I just wanted to speak briefly on numbers 8 and 9. And so on one of the items, it is the Watts Cultural Crescent. We are looking at ways, Madam
Yeah,
Chair?
if the noise in the background doesn't stop, this is your first warning to the individual in the red shirt in front of me.
Yeah. What about it?
First and final warning.
Okay, then I'm gonna do it.
I know that you are also on this list, and people will be respectful to you, so I expect you to be respectful to everybody else as well.
It's a
Please
violation.
proceed.
Thanks very much. So on the Watts Cultural Crescent, this is an amenity in the community of Watts that has been long promised to the community. It runs, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with it, it runs from the historic train station through all the way through to the Watts Towers to the obelisk. In the center of that potential completed crescent is a piece of property that's owned by a private developer, and we do have an opportunity to acquire it. It's the area on Graham. It's the empty area by the bridge. So you think if you go from the obelisk and you continue through the towers, as you go past St. John's, there's a piece of property on the other side of Graham that's wide open, owned by a private developer, and we have an opportunity to acquire it. And this is just a request to put us in a position where we could acquire the property and then consolidate it and finally meet the promise that we've made to the Watts community. We collectively, the city folks that preceded us, to the Watts community to complete the cultural crescent. And so this is just a request to see if we can cobble together that funding and meet a commitment that we've made to the community for some time. The other item I'm here on is also in the 1-5, and we have a great DIY skate park in our community. It's the Channel Street Skate Park. And it was a fantastic asset, and I think some of the folks that developed it are here today. That was developed over time, piece by piece, put together by skaters, for skaters. And my predecessor did a really nice job of making sure that that was fully permitted, and then the
Pause right there. Can we get him out of here?
No.
You're not running the clock.
Let's go, Mr.
He
Spiller.
said he's speaking as public comment.
Let's go, Mr. Spiller.
No, he's
I
speaking
never
as
said
public
that.
comment.
I never said that.
He said
Yes,
that.
yes, he did.
He's
No,
he's
no one ever
speaking
said
as
that.
public comment.
Please.
We are in general comment right now.
As you walk out, Wayne.
That's against the
He's testifying on what?
Just walk, Wayne.
You gonna do this? You wanna, did you see Weezer yesterday? 13 years for doing shit like this.
Wait,
She's doing shit like this. Your city attorney never told him.
on the way out.
Your city attorney never told him, and she's not telling you anything. You need to get legal counsel. This is illegal. He said he's speaking on public comment, okay, as an individual. He's not speaking as a fucking member of the council.
395.
He's not speaking as a member of the
Do you
public.
want to leave this?
I want my time. I want my fucking time. I want my fucking time to speak. Bullshit! I want my time to speak. You cannot subrogate somebody to the public through a member of the fucking chamber. You can't do that. After you go down to Mexico City and have lunch with Maduro, you do this shit to me? You do this shit to me after you sit there and have fucking parties with dictators?
Okay, so we're
You can't
gonna,
do that.
He's a
you're going to
lawyer.
start once again on general public comment. And any
On
other
general,
member in the public who interrupts, this is everyone's last and final warning, and they will be taken out. Please proceed.
So for the Channel Street Skate Park, that property was actually transferred over and is managed by the General Services Department. And it comes with a great tenant. The tenant is the Skate Association, and they are here today to represent themselves. This proposal is to really to take the property and move it from the jurisdiction of General Services over to Rec and Parks, who are better equipped really to be the landlord essentially to a recreational facility like the skate park. It comes with other benefits under statutory law and under just governance procedure. And so my proposal or my request is that you consider this transfer not only of the property to General Services, but with this great tenant who has a number of years left on their lease. Thank you so much, members, for accommodating these two items. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you.
Thank you, and for the record, the clock was being run.
Thank you.
Thank you, and
it wasn't.
who's next?
Yes, we have Estella S., Andy Harris, and Jennifer Corn.
They called my name already, but I think, I mean, I don't want to go before them. No, you go first. But no, you go first. But I just don't want them to skip over me, because they did call me, but then the the guy committing the breaking the law
Please begin.
jumped in front of me. Oh, you go. Just got this.
I would like to speak on item
Hold
6,
it,
7, 9, and general
Hold
public
it,
comment
LA.
after, please.
You have 2 minutes for the items and 1
They
minute.
did, and I was here, but he
Thank
took my
you.
space.
For item 6, if translation is being considered for accessibility, then why are these meetings not being filmed? I got on film that that timer was not running. That's why these meetings should be filmed. Because you're violating the law, you're violating the US Constitution, and these meetings are not fair, open, or accessible. Kicking out a man who's nice with a puppet, shameful. That's my friend. Item 7, relative to replacing the visitor tag. A speaker prior actually spoke on this. I was not given the council sticker to get into the city council meeting today because of the social engineered public hearings, creating capacity in those halls with union members and special interest groups. So somebody who rode the bus from Pedro to get to those council meetings could not access that sticker. And the police didn't want to give me one. So I don't think that's very fair. These stickers are causing a problem. You're right. The stickers are causing a problem, but it's a root. There's a root to it, and it's y'all. Now for item 9, non-financial transfer, city-owned property. Mr. McCloskey, I think he was the only one who was going to speak on that item today. If I hadn't invited the nonprofit that's been managing that real estate via phone and email and X, I did the work to get those people in there. You guys got to them before me. You let me know. You did not tell them the comment was in person only. So Mr. McCloskey, with a conflict of interest, would have been the only person to speak on public comment today. We know that speaking in person is powerful. Seeing you guys face to face, the way you behave, is powerful. That's why we need to have access. These meetings need to be fair and open, and they're not. Now, in regards to how you treated Mr. Spindler, he's a regular, he's an expert at the law, and he's got his eye on you. And the way that you guys treated him today was unconstitutional. You violated the Brown Act. You violated your own rules. If somebody in the audience is pointing out that the timer's not on, if somebody in the audience is pointing out that you're breaking the rules, that's procedural speaking intern, ma'am. He was speaking intern, and I was speaking on procedure, intern. Don't you dare threaten me with my constitutional rights, baby. We fought a war over that. You want to be the king up there, sitting in your
10
chair?
seconds.
Yeah, that's what we think, huh, everyone? You are a violator of the US Constitution. You're an enemy of the US Constitution. We've got our eyes on you.
Thank you, Speaker. Name a few more names. Steve Shack.
My name was called, but he jumped. You let the guy jump in front of me.
You can go.
Thank you. I want to be able to speak so I can get out of here because I'm honestly shaken to my core by what I just witnessed. Yeah, please talk. See, I mean,
Can you mention what items you're going to speak on so we know how much time to give you, please?
everything, but specifically probably 3 and 4 and public comment.
That's 3 minutes.
Right? And that was procedural. Like, they're allowed to do point of clarification. He's a lawyer. He knows the law. Even I know that much. I know about Brown Act. I've had conversations with the city attorney's office, and I know if you're on a council, you cannot do public comment at your own council. I know that for a fact. And I can prove that, and you should know better. What I just saw here was egregious. That clock was not running. And, this is my public comment time. I have a minute, right, for public comment, so I have 29 more seconds. Interrupt me again, then you're interrupting my public comment. It's not right.
Ma'am, I didn't speak. We'll continue.
Okay, somebody spoke, because I was interrupted. Okay, I came here for number 3 and 4, because basically, I don't think you guys should be vacating buildings unless you're purposing them for the unhoused. And I just want to warn you that, and because about building management services, buying up all these buildings, buying up the Muppet lot possibly, and all that stuff. That's really Scientology. And I'll be honest, the reason why I'm shook right now is because y'all remind me of Scientology. They do the same thing, ignoring all the laws. They've had a de facto street closure for 6 months. They have right now 3 blocks worth of planters that are not ADA compliant. I cannot access those streets, and nobody from the mayor on down will do anything about it, even though I'm here every week for, with Public Works, twice a week for 6 months. Because Scientology does what Scientology wants to do. They're not held accountable to anyone. And that's how you remind me today. Not accountable to anyone. We have laws. We have the Brown Act. We have Roberts. All these things, they're laws. And they're laws because so much was done wrong prior to that they had to make it where it's the law. So it's respected. And I am like heartbroken to see this. Like literally that man he was kicked out. I know he's a pain in the ass to you guys. I get it. I mean, I would hate to sit up there and have him come confront me too. I would hate it. I get it. But he has the right to speak, and you just deprived him of that right. He was actually trying to warn you. He was actually doing you a favor and trying to help prevent someone from getting in trouble, and he's thanked by losing his right to speak. It's not right, and I'm asking you to please restore him to this meeting and let him have his public speaking. He has a right to it. You guys were out of line. That clock was not running, and he's not allowed to speak here and public comment. And you did say public comment. You did. And you know it, and then you said it afterwards. So I'm asking you to do the right thing, and if you can't do the right thing, then step down, please, because we need people in government who are going to do the right thing. I understand, I see the clock, don't interrupt me, please. That is the item. The Constitution is the item. Disgusted.
So I named listed all the names on the list.
I love you too.
Is anyone here from the?
Oops, I can't go down that way.
Neighborhood council?
Stairs. Have a good one.
And I believe you get an different allocated time?
And go Rocket, you go for it.
Is that your prerogative?
We can give you 5 minutes.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
The city attorney's going down too. She's a corrupt. That was disgusting. I'm sorry. Duarte, they just broke the law, and I'm so mad and angry.
I'm gonna follow up with the supervising attorney, but I mean, that's all we can do.
No, I'm going.
I'll have to follow up with the supervising.
Please, can I report a crime to you? Like seriously, I want to report it as a crime because what I saw, that was such a display of they're not allowed to do it. I know for a fact he's not allowed to come here during public comment. I know that. I have emails from the freaking. Who? Wayne. Oh yeah, he's out here, but yeah, I couldn't even do my public comment because I had to defend it because he was right. He's trying to save that. But the city attorney's there. I know the law. I have it in writing that they're not allowed. You're not allowed. I want to file a complaint for a crime. I just was a witness to a crime and I want to report it. Duarte, I'm so fired up right now. Don't make me lose your commendation. I'm putting in a commendation for him for having nice hair. Like.
No, just because I told Wayne.
No, I just witnessed a crime. It has to be reported. I want to report it as a crime. That was criminal.
Those are policies.
No, it's not policies. That's crime. Brown Act is a law.
But so I'm going to follow up with the city attorney's office. Even though, and this generally remember last time, 5 years later, there will be no law.
No, he was trying to prevent him from committing an illegal act. He was trying to prevent a mutiny of our Constitution, is what he was doing. Because you missed it. I mean, he was saying, he wasn't even talking about his rights later, saying you're not allowed to do it, and he's right.
Before, you're right. Well, so I was talking with him before I went in and knew you were there. I didn't know you were there. So I was just talking with him for like 10 minutes or something before I walked in. I didn't know you were inside. So he did express to me his concern and what occurred. And so, I mean, but I'm here now, so I can't.
I know, but I want to file a crime. I want to.
You're welcome to go to the city attorney's office then to speak to somebody from the city attorney's office.
Yeah, but I want to do the public safety, and then, no, I want to file a crime report.
I have to get with the supervising attorneys. They're not the supervising attorneys, they're the presiding attorneys.
Look, Duarte, you have to have me on this because this is my constitutional right, and that's everything. I'm willing to die on the hill of my constitutional rights.
Which is what we protect when you.
Right, and that's what you had, and you're one of those good cops. You're not one of those. They say 2%.
What, less than 1%?
No, that's not true. You know what? Let's go with 40. I'm gonna say 40.
40 out of 8,000.
Are bad. Yeah, because you know what? Because if you have a partner, like let's face it. So you're here, they're not doing anything. Huh? Working today. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, my goofball. Yes, he got deployed. Yeah. He signed up and he's got deployed. But so you're making me laugh, and you're going to get donuts one of these years, and probably a commendation for having nice hair because you always help me out. But I'm seriously, I am, like, and I dismissed the Deputy Chief Graham because I want to talk to him too because he's a good guy. I said that, but he's in bed with Scientology, and I have the proof of that. I know that from firsthand experience, and he needs to stop it. So I need to talk to him. Do I need to live? It's my city, right? do I need to, because they're child human trafficked, because I have two friends who are severely abused by Scientology, okay, growing up in it, and then you get to know other people, and then, you know what really got me, like, I was just kind of like on the back end watching and like supportive, but when I saw how corrupt the city is, that's what triggered all that. I'm here because the city pays homage to Scientology. Scientology is above the law with everything. They're untouchable. They can do anything, literally, and that's why I'm here. I can't take it. I can't take corruption.
That's a whole lot of
Word salad, I get it.
word soup.
Yeah, that's more soup but it's a hearty soup. There you go, and that's a very hearty meal. You have to digest.
That's a lot.
It is, but I can bring all my receipts. See, when we have donut and coffee one day, I will bring my receipts.
Maybe a foot-long sandwich.
Yeah, maybe a foot long. There you go. Yeah, and so maybe because I have my receipts. They are corrupt. Yeah, I need to get to that one. So I have but I can't go to the city attorney now without going back. I had to go all the way around. I don't want to have to go around again.
I'm going to follow up, and like I told Wayne, I know that our city attorney does monitor this as well,
But she's corrupt. You know how I know? Okay, let me tell you that. This in all honesty, okay? You have Scientology, again, they're above the law, okay? They put stakes and plastic covering for the entire easement, okay, on Catalina Drive to prevent anyone. They want to try to prevent any protesters, anything. And a person who picked it up because it's trash, it's not permitted to be there, it's public space, it's the easement. He's looking at a year's worth of jail time for picking it up, but they're not looking at anything, not even a fine for putting it there. So you can't tell me that she's still pursuing these charges against him, even though he doesn't even live here. He's in New York.